How to solve a theft. Advice for a prosperous life. Listen, learn, apply, and remember. Have you ever wondered why theft happens? Not just the act of taking something, but the deeper reason behind it. The truth is, theft begins long before something is ever taken. It starts with a mindset, a sense of imbalance, and a violation of justice itself. Today, we're going deep into the root causes of theft, how it repeats through generations, and most importantly, how we can solve it. Not just with punishment, but with through lasting justice. Let's start by shifting our perspective. Theft isn't just a crime, it's a violation of universal balance. When someone takes what isn't theirs, they're not just breaking the law, they're disrespecting boundaries, violating trust, and disrupting a natural order of respect and ownership. Think about it. Our entire society is built on the trust that we will respect each other's space, property, and contributions. Theft shatters that trust. This is why punishment alone never really solves the problem. Jailing someone might stop them for a while, but it doesn't address the underlying disrespect or the sense of entitlement that drove the action in the first place. Universal justice teaches us that to truly solve theft, we have to look at the breakdown of responsibility and respect that allowed it to happen. Now, here's a powerful idea. What is not corrected today returns tomorrow. Have you ever noticed how certain negative patterns, like dishonesty, seem to run in families or communities? This isn't a coincidence. Unresolved acts of theft or dishonesty create echoes that travel through generations. This is a core concept in ancestral justice. When an act of taking is ignored, justified, or never truly made right, it sets a precedent. It creates an inherited attitude, a learned behavior that whispers, "It's okay to take if you can get away with it," or "The world is unfair, so I have to take what's mine." These aren't always conscious thoughts. They become part of a family's or a community's energetic blueprint. We see children learning from parents, not just through words, but through actions and attitudes, toward ownership and fairness. Breaking these ancestral cycles of theft requires us to first become aware that they exist, and then to consciously choose a different path based on integrity and respect. So, where do these attitudes come from? A belief in lack produces actions of taking. One of the most common and hidden roots of theft is something called a scarcity mindset. This is a deep-seated belief that there isn't enough to go around. Not enough money, not enough opportunity, not enough resources. When someone operates from a place of fear and lack, their decisions are driven by a desperate need to get theirs before it's gone. This internal feeling of not enough creates a justification for external harm. They might feel entitled to take something because they believe the system is rigged against them, or because they see a way to create abundance for themselves. Honestly, universal justice teaches that the solution isn't just about correcting the behavior of stealing. It's about correcting the mindset that fuels it. By shifting from a scarcity mindset to an abundance mindset, believing that there is enough and that value can be created, we eliminate the very foundation upon which theft is built. This brings us to a crucial turning point. Nothing changes until responsibility is accepted. The moment someone truly takes accountability for their actions is the moment healing and correction can begin. But let's be clear. Accountability is not the same as blame or shame. Blame is about pointing fingers and creating a villain. Accountability is about acknowledging the action, understanding its impact, and taking responsibility for making it right. In universal justice, accountability is about correction, not revenge. It's not about making someone suffer for what they did. It's about guiding them to restore the balance they disrupted. When a person is held accountable in a fair and proportionate way, it's a powerful opportunity for growth. It's how we begin to rebuild the trust that was broken, both for the individual and for the community around them. True justice isn't just about punishment. It's about restoring trust through responsibility. So, if not revenge, then what? The answer is simple. Justice repairs what theft breaks. Instead of focusing on retaliation, universal justice prioritizes restoration. What does that mean? It means focusing on returning the value that was lost, whether it's the physical object, the financial loss, or the sense of safety and trust. Restoration asks, what needs to be done to make things whole again? This approach is fundamentally different from a purely punitive one. When you restore, you're not just dealing with a past offense, you're actively preventing future ones. Restoration ensures that the cycle of harm is stopped, and instead, a cycle of healing and stability begins. This is how a community becomes stronger and more resilient. Finally, how do we prevent theft in the long run? When justice is aligned, theft loses its power. The ultimate solution is to create an environment where theft is not just punished, but becomes unnecessary and unthinkable. This happens when we align our communities with the principles of universal justice. It starts with education, not just in schools, but in our homes and daily interactions. We must actively teach the values of respect, responsibility, and empathy. We must teach our children and remind ourselves about the sanctity of ownership and the importance of boundaries. More than that, we need to build systems and communities that are rooted in abundance, not scarcity. When people feel secure, see opportunities for honest growth, and believe in the fairness of the system, the motivation for theft dissolves. By creating a culture of integrity and mutual respect, we don't just solve individual acts of theft, we dismantle the entire framework that allows it to exist. Theft is a complex issue, but its solution lies in understanding its roots in injustice and imbalance. By embracing accountability, focusing on restoration, and building a culture of respect and abundance, we can break generational cycles and create a world where everyone's value is honored. Thank you so much for joining me on this deep dive. If this perspective resonated with you, please like this video and subscribe for more content on universal justice. Let's continue the conversation in the comments below. What you're looking for is already prepared. Link below.